All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutation and much love to Yakim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. And, just out here and soaking up the fresh air filled with chemtrails and, just Lord willing, the Spirit flow through us so we can do an edifying lesson. And, just go to the earthquakes, go to 2nd Ezra 9, and we'll go, because right now, this morning, you had a 7.5 or 7.4 magnitude earthquake, all right, that took place in Mexico. And not just that, but there's more. There was one that was 5.0. So you got every day you got earthquakes happening. Again, they're getting stronger and stronger. All right, so just wait till these earthquakes come to America on an intense level like they've been happening around the world. Okay, I'm talking about where it leaves the city in ruins, man. Okay, so these are some of the signs that the Lord said would be taking place before His return. Okay, this is just the build-up. Like the hype man. They like to build things up. That's his job, and that's what the Lord is doing with these prophecies. All right, the prophecies are hyping up the Lord for the Lord's return. Okay,
that's right.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra. Let's start from the top, bro.
Yeah.
2nd Ezra 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself."
Yeah. So what are you supposed to measure? How do you measure the times diligently? Through the prophecies, reading the prophecies. All right, understanding what's taking place right now is the signs of the time, so to say. Okay, go ahead.
It says, "And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
That's right. So the Lord has begun to visit the earth. And how is He visiting the earth? Through these plagues, all right, through these earthquakes, through all the prophecies. Okay, pestilences. This is how the Lord has begun to visit the earth. So that the Lord specifically is doing this so that His prophets are able to understand the times that we're in. Okay, because ultimately the prophecies are for us to know the times that we're in. Okay, this is the measuring stick, which is the prophecies are found in the scriptures, the Holy Bible. Go ahead.
Verse 3. "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people."
Yep, earthquakes and uproars of the people. Don't you have uproars all throughout the earth right now? Yep. You got uproars here in America, sedition, people protesting and turning violent. This is taking place all over the world. And then you got earthquakes all over the world. And you can say, well, there's always been earthquakes. Yeah, they sure as hell have been, but never on this level.
Yep.
Okay, and again, they're going to start to get even more powerful and more frequent. Matter of fact, Google, you got your phone with you?
Yeah, come.
Google real quick. Just type in earthquake into Google.
All right.
And let's just see, because it should be the first thing that pops up, and it'll show you like a couple of them. Because this is what's taking place right now. All right, earthquake. All right, so let's see. Just today, you had a 7.4 Mexico, 5.9 in some island, Rhode Island, another 5.9 in Indonesia. Okay, what is this? 5.6 in India, Iceland 6.0, and this is all within a week. Oklahoma 4.2, another one in Iceland 5.7, a 7.4 in New Zealand. Damn. All right, so this is come on, man. This ain't never happened before like that. And Esau ain't even really reporting them like this, man. You gotta go do your own research to find out what's taking place on the earth. Right now, all you hear on the news is COVID-19 this, COVID-19 that, Black Lives Matter this, Black Lives, man. Esau's a damn devil, and he's using his deception so you're not able to measure the times. All right, he gonna show you what he wants on the television, so that the average day moron, all right, don't even know what time he's living in. Because what, you ain't hearing that Esau ain't televising, all right, the prophecies of the Bible. Well, that's why the men of the Lord are out here to what? Because the scriptures is for the prophets. We understand what time we're living in, and then we broadcast it. All right, we're the ones televising the prophecies. Okay, and that's why the Lord calls us watchmen. Okay, and prophets, because we've been told you about these things were coming, and now they're here. We're telling you that it's happening. All right, you got something?
Yeah, real quick. Matthew 13 and verse 9, it says, who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And
This is coming out of that's the words of the Lord, right?
That's right, brother.
This is the words of the Lord, and guess what? We coming in the stead of Yahushua, okay? We're doing this. We're saying in the same message that he was sending 2,000 years ago. Go ahead.
Con, verse 10, it says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered, verse 11, and he answered and said unto them.
So again, the scriptures is the parables.
That's right.
From Genesis to Revelation,
right.
These are parables, man, because everybody can't understand them. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
And he was talking to the disciples. So when he said it was given unto you, who was he talking to? The disciples, all right? That go on to become apostles. They were prophets, all right? Just like Yahushua was a prophet. Go ahead.
But to them, it is not given.
That's right. So that's why they're going to be watching TV and worrying about Black Lives Matter instead of worrying about the prophecy of the Lord that the Lord said would be happening, all right? See, because instead of preparing yourself for the return of the Lord, what are most people doing? Preparing themselves from getting COVID-19, wearing masks, partaking in protests that is not going to get you anywhere.
Right.
You going to say something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, and also too, to back the brother up, tearing down your own city, man. You got Jake just pretty much ransacking Foot Lockers and in certain places, and he's destroying his own city, man. And then now you got this whole BLM movement, and they just modified the flag, or the pride flag, man. So now they just introduce the black and the brown colors to the flag, man, which is pretty much, mocking you Jakes, mocking you Israelites, man.
The alphabet crew.
That's right. That's right, brother.
All that is set up. It's all sponsored by Esau, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of. 2nd Ezra 9, verse 3 again. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
So we just showed you.
Crazy.
If you don't believe us, go Google it yourself, and you're gonna see. And it said it shall be seen. You seen the earthquakes. You seen the uproars of the people. At least Esau's showing you that. He's showing you the uproars. They've been happening, but what now it's intensifying. Because remember the yellow vest protests?
Yeah.
That went on for over a year.
Year and a half, yeah.
And guess what? Now the new one's going to be all these protests with the Black Lives Matter and all that. All right. And that's not going to stop. It's just going to continue, and it's going to get worse and worse.
That's right.
To the point where people are going to be killing each other out there, man. They ain't going to be protesting about this, and they're just going to be out there killing each other. All right, because soon the food's gonna start running out.
That's right, bro.
And what you gonna do then? You think you gonna go out there and protest Black Lives Matter on an empty stomach? No, you gonna go and loot, because that's what these protests turn into. End up looting, polluting. Like the brother said, your own damn city,
right.
Like a moron. Okay, burning your local, fucking up the local grocery store. No, now where you gonna get your food at? Go ahead.
Kind of got something for you, Akia. Something hot. Isaiah 42, the point is 19. I'm sorry, verse 17. Isaiah 42 and 17. They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten images, ye are our gods.
And that's all. That's the majority of our people. You trusting in these idols, all right? Your little Cesare statues, all right? Whatever the hell you worship. It's you're gonna be ashamed when you realize that ain't what you're supposed to be worshiping, all right? You ain't supposed to be praising something that you had to make, or you bought that shit on sale for $4.99. Come on, man. Good.
Verse 18. Hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see.
Yeah, that's what we're telling you. But like the Lord said, hey, ultimately it ain't given unto them, all right? But the Lord still has us out here telling you, look, open your damn eyes, or clean out your ears, listen up, take heed, because what we're getting the blood off our hands by doing that, all right? Because we could care less about how you gonna die. We worried about how the righteous gonna be saved, but what, we still have a job to warn you, all right? We got these guys talking about, well, why are you guys so concerned with the 2/3? We're not concerned with them. We gotta warn them. That's it, Go ahead.
Verse 19. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant?
Hey, because at one point we were blind, all right, we were deaf, but what the Lord took them scales off our eyes, like He did with Saul, all right, And then he's cleaned our ears out, man. You gotta get rid of that earwax, that spiritual earwax, man. You can't hear a damn thing. It goes in through one ear and out through the other. It's again, it's like a parable unto you people, all right? But what? Unto those that are gonna wake up, the Lord's gonna heal them, you know, and they're gonna be able to see and hear. Go ahead.
Con, verse 20, last precept says, seeing many things, but thou observest not.
See, yeah, you're seeing many things, but you ain't observing it. You just think it's just part of the normal life. Look, this wasn't happening 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 2 years ago. What you see on the earth right now, the condition of the earth, what's going on, this wasn't happening.
Right.
A year ago wasn't happening. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Con, in second Ezra, it says birth pains, man. You know, these are beginning of sorrows, man.
Yep.
You know, so it's only gonna get worse, man. You know, you Jakes think it's gonna get better. And, oh no, you know, COVID-19 eventually go away. But now you go on Google, you go on Google. It's saying coronavirus cases spiked in Tampa, man.
Yep.
Spiked in Florida and St. Petersburg. You have 3 baseball players, a race that so-called tested positive for the COVID-19, man.
Shit, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, come.
But Florida's supposed to be the new epicenter, man. Because they keep going up, the cases keep going up.
Yes,
but
sir.
I don't see nobody getting tested. I went by a testing center earlier, like 3 cars, and that's the people that work there, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, though.
God, knock you. 20 again, verse 20. Seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but he heareth not.
Yeah, the Lord. That's how you're observing the prophets, you're hearing the prophets, but you ain't really hearing them. You know, you're not taking you're not understanding what we're telling you. Okay. So what? You're gonna end up perishing with the multitude.
That's right.
Okay. Because what? You're not watching. You're not measuring the times. You're not taking heed. Because look, if you know, again, using the analogy of the watchman, okay, on the towers. If the watchman's on the tower blowing the trumpet to the tune of the enemy's coming, all right, and he's screaming and telling you, you know, and you just chilling, all right. Well, when the enemy comes in like a flood, all right, storms through the gate, then that's on you. That's your problem. You didn't want to. You heard the trumpet, you heard the watchman, you saw him up there, but what? You just wanted to go on all lackadaisical, you know, act like everything's all cool. All right. Well, you don't have no one to blame but yourself.
Yep. Kind of, and to back the brother up, the scriptures say, "Then shall they know that a prophet was among them." Man. Because right now we singing this song, and you Jakes, you ain't, we piping unto you, but you're not dancing, as the scriptures say. So it's gonna come a time where you gonna actually miss that song. You gonna want to hear that song, like, damn, where them brothers at?
I'll back you up real quick. We quoted this is Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
Right, and like the brother said, you know, if you was paying attention, you seen these earthquakes. The brothers just went into Google, and these are all earthquakes. San Francisco, these are all earthquakes that happened this week, man. All right, so if you were paying attention, you would see that, okay, man, I need to listen to these guys. You know, you see us going live on the videos, but you just scroll right down to the next future video, man.
Yeah.
You know, so you're going to find out that,
videos,
that's right. You're going to find out that I should have paid attention and listened to the spirit that was speaking through them, because it's not us that's speaking, it's the Lord speaking through us, so that I can get warned and I can be clean, man. Because this word is how you get clean and pure, man, so that you can be presented holy or acceptable unto the Lord, man.
That's right.
You know,
scriptures say the washing of the word.
That's right.
You got to be brainwashed, all right?
Brother. That's right.
And that being brainwashed ain't a bad thing, because what? You're being cleaned. Your mind, your heart, la'av, is being cleaned, all right? Through the what? The word, like the brother said, you know?
Right.
The rivers of living water. Go ahead.
That's right. I'm gonna go back to second Ezra. Second Ezra 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
Yeah. So these things were spoken before they started happening. Okay, and it even before you was born. All right. These everything that's happening right now. These events were written thousands of years ago.
That's right.
So you can't say that, it's just a, no, this is the it's not just the book, this is the book.
That's right, bro.
Okay?
That's right.
This is, if you don't need no other books as long as you have a thorough understanding of the scriptures, man. Well, we do use other books to, you know, to prove, further prove the scriptures, but this is the book, man. All right? And because everything was written in here, man. Go ahead.
I got you. Isaiah 54 and I'm sorry, Isaiah 57 slot, yeah. So seek ye out of the book of the Lord, right? What's that, Isaiah? Oh, 34, I'm tripping. Isaiah 34 and verse 16. And it reads, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Yeah, what book, man? The scriptures, man. The Holy Bible. All right, it's a collection of books that make up one book.
That's right.
All right, the book of life. Okay, go ahead.
That's right, bro. No one of these things shall fail.
Yeah, no, none of the prophecies are gonna fail. So if the Lord said it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Okay. You can, and that's why Romans 3:3 says, so what if some did not believe? It don't matter if you don't believe that the scriptures, what the scriptures say, what the prophets are telling you. Because ultimately the prophets is telling you what the words of the Lord say. All right, what the Lord speaks through us. So if you don't believe it, it's still going to come to pass. You can stand there in the middle of the street and believe that nobody's going to hit you, but I guarantee you're going to get hit. Go ahead.
John, none shall want her mate. So like the brother said, this is not the book. This is the book, man. The only book, man.
Yeah, the Quran ain't the second.
Prophesy,
No, that ain't part of the scriptures, man.
Khan, it says, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. You know, so that's why scriptures say holy men who are moved by the Holy Spirit, man. You know, this is a gathering, these collection of books, like the brother said, to make it one book. All right, it all co-hands with each other, man. You have prophets. Our forefathers were prophets in the book of Genesis, man. Our forefather Jacob prophesied, all right, what shall befall thee in the latter days, man. You see? So that was in Genesis. Then you got the book of the prophets. Then you have the apostles in the New Testament, all right, that pretty much spoke about the prophet, because there's no new prophecies. Yep. So they pretty much reiterated, all right, what was said, man. Like 2 Peter, for example, the 3rd chapter says what? Seeing these things shall be dissolved. Well, he's talking about thermonuclear missiles, man. The same thing Isaiah spoke about, man. This one shall be with fire, fuel of fire, you see? So it all correlates with itself, man. And that's the Spirit of the Lord pretty much gathering his men through the Spirit, all right, to pretty much write down these prophecies so that you, Jakes, can get it, man. But Jake don't want to get it, man. Jake too worried about twerking videos, okay, and where he gonna come up on the next scheme, man. How get rich scheme, man. Yeah. You know?
Where's the next protest gonna be at?
Yeah, pulling everything out of his 401k before pretty much shit go down the drain. Instead of Jake see the prophecies, but instead of him saying, damn, I need to get right, Jake like, damn, I need to get all this money out my account.
I need to live my life.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die sometime. Okay, well, shit. That's if that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. All right, so whatever you got, and we close out.
All right, kind of, yeah, kind of. 2 Ezra 9:4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the beginning that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
That's right, man. So this world, all right. Matter of fact, go to Matthew 24 real quick, because this world's coming to an end, and this is what the disciples were asking the Lord, when's gonna be the end of the world? I think it's like verse 6 or something.
Got you, brother.
Because look, this world is coming to an end. We ain't saying it's gonna explode, or you know, it ain't gonna just disappear. No, this rulership, this world, this current society, the mentality, all of this is coming to an end. All right, and this is what the disciples were looking for and hastening for. And guess what? They're back today. All right, the men of the Lord are back today, and now we get to see the end of this thing. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to 3, then 6 for you. Matthew 3:24, verse 3.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what I was on. Yeah. That's it.
I got you, bro. St. Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world?
There you go, the end of the world. So the disciples, the apostles, they were asking the Lord, when's the end of the world? When's the end of the world? What's going to be the signs? So what y'all talking about in these churches? The disciples weren't asking, is hooting and hollering and singing and clapping their hands and, you know, passing around cornbread and pork loins. Yep. You know, they were asking the Lord about the end of the world. That's what you should be talking about, all right? Because now the signs are happening that the Lord goes on and tells them about, all right?
God, verse 6, and jump down to verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, seeing that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Yeah, all these things must come to pass. Go ahead.
But the end is not yet.
Yeah, so the end is not yet. But what? These things been happening. So we were already in the transition. The beginning of sorrows have already begun. We are not waiting for the sorrows to begin. They've already begun. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 7. And for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
And that's what you see happening right now. Go ahead.
And there shall be famines.
And that's going to continue to intensify. Yep.
and pestilences
diseases,
and earthquakes.
and earthquakes. There we go again with the earthquakes, man. So the Lord specifically talked about earthquakes, man. All right, that's a huge sign.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In diverse places.
In diverse places. So that's why we went through that list: Mexico, Indonesia, India, America. All right. So the signs of the times are at hand. All right. The signs of the end of the world, like the disciples asked about, are happening right now. So what is about to happen? The Lord is about to return and restore the kingdom unto Israel. All right. So with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
So, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutations and much love to you, Akim, out there. Shalom.
Shalom.